Live on Sunday night here. Today's a special night because we have a mother that has problems, Natalie, that's here. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you, Ken, for having me share my
Yeah,
story and help others.
yeah, we're really glad that you're here. And Natalie has a daughter that's going through a tough time. And, so many of you out there are going through the same thing that Natalie's, going through. And we want to see if we could help her and figure out a solution. And maybe by you listening and watching this or sharing this, maybe you could, find a solution for yourself, because that's what this is really about. Is so many people are just like Natalie and going through this pain, and we got to figure out a solution. And working with the people that are dealing with it in real time, I think, is the most important way to help people in this crisis that we're going on in this country. So Natalie, you want to tell us a little bit about your daughter first, and then about yourself?
My daughter is a major drug addict, 30 years,
Okay.
abusive, uh, just everything. It drains you out, and it's where they lie. They chase after the drug of choice, and that's it. They don't love anything but the drug.
Yeah.
Okay? I want everyone to know that. They may say they love you, but guess what?
They love the
They're,
drug.
excuse me?
They love the drug more.
Yes, they sold their soul to the devil, and the drug is their choice, their love of life. Okay? With heroin, it's where they suppress everything. Nothing
Mhm.
phases them. They will push you out of their way, your way, to
So,
get to that drug.
so what were your daughter's dreams as she was growing up that you remember?
She started out as a model,
Mhm.
okay, facial and fashion.
Mhm.
She was an aspiring, yeah, actress. And now I could see she is an actress, really, using drugs. And growing up, she was my little Shirley Temple.
Mhm.
She was an A-plus student, went to college young, and then it wound up the college really was for the money for the drugs.
Okay.
That's where it started that way, and it just kept getting out of hand.
And that was
Everyone,
30 years ago?
excuse me.
That was 30 years ago, you said?
It
She's been up.
started, yes, yes, and it's continuing on and on. It only gets worse and worse,
Okay.
worse.
And then tell me
Where
about yourself. So she's just continued to spiral out of control for 30 years. You've been trying to help her for the 30 years, and you're just at your wits' end right now, is what I'm hearing.
yes, and the only time she was ever clean was when I was proud.
Mhm.
She got her 1 year coin.
Okay.
We had a major party and everything, and right after that, relapsed.
How long ago was that?
That was about 15, 20 years ago. And
So,
my daughter is a convicted felon because of her drug addiction.
okay.
She would, it just, anything in her way, carjacking. My daughter was actually stabbed, raped, slashed, you name it.
Mhm.
Okay. And I get phone calls and I run to the hospital fast. My daughter tried to kill herself 3 times.
Okay.
It gets to the point that I want everyone to know it gets worse and worse and worse. You have to be strong. Like my shirt says, be strong and
Okay.
don't give in. Don't give in because your health is more important than anything. You can love your children unconditionally, but you lost them to the world of drugs.
Well,
Thank
this
God.
tonight's not about you educating people on what they should do. Tonight's going to be about hearing what you're going through and how we could support you. Because obviously, if you've been dealing with this for 30 years, something isn't working.
Right.
And I want to figure out what's not working and see if we could make some shifts here and get it to start working. Because if you've been on this roller coaster ride and she's been on this roller coaster ride for all these years, like you said, gone to jail, the
Yes.
whole gamut, doing
Yes.
drugs, stealing, breaking laws. Now, that's not working. And what you're doing isn't working. So tell me a little bit about what it's done to you.
It made me where my health is really in jeopardy.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
I had a major third heart attack now where they put a stent in and I lost half my body weight. I could practically not move around too much that good.
Yeah.
And it just took a toll after all these years. It takes a toll. It does. And I thought I was always a strong woman.
Mhm.
Now I'm strong in my mind, don't get me wrong, but I'm wigging out because I myself, I love her unconditionally, but I have to worry about
Yep.
myself too.
Yep.
And I have to be strong. I really do. And I pray all the time to God, and God is with me.
Okay.
I know that my mom, may she rest in peace, is watching over me. My brother, my father, they're all watching over me
Okay.
to go through what I'm going through. And it's really rough, it's tough, but you have to be strong and have faith. That's
Okay.
what counts. You have to have faith.
Yep. That's a huge part of it. Absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. But there's also needs to be some actions. And I think in your case, because right now, your health is failing, like you said. You lost half your body weight, 3 stents, and what it's doing to you physically, you're not going to be able to take it much longer.
I know. I know. The doctor said I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. Really, I am. But I pray all the time. I know God is watching, and I believe that He has a reason for me to keep going on to help others. Really, Ken. And I thank you so much for this. I really do. I
No,
really do.
thank you, because you're really you're telling the story that millions of people are living with right now in this country.
Excuse me.
And
I'm sorry if I'm crying. I'm sorry.
no, please, please.
I lost my daughter. The only thing I didn't do was bury her, but I
Mhm.
lost my daughter.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah.
If they don't want help, they can't get it. They can't. They have to want to help themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the best I can for me, still loving her unconditionally. But I
Yes.
despise what she turned into.
Yeah.
I,
And
I
this
don't know.
and this is the part that breaks my heart, because you over here are clean and sober, right?
I never did a drug in my life.
Yeah. So you're over here not numbing your feelings and the emotions that this causes by losing your daughter creates physical damage with you, where your heart is jeopardized, your body
Yes.
weight is jeopardized, and it's because you can't eat because you're worried about her, and she's out there numb on the drugs.
Especially when I get the phone calls that your daughter now is in the hospital with an overdose and she's dying. And I
Yep.
go running. I go running. And that's when I had my first heart attack. The first one.
Yep.
This is the third one. And this was the worst because of the stents that's in me.
So what I think I want to do is I think the most important message tonight, I mean, we could do this as a process. I'm working with you because a lot of work has to happen. But you ever hear of that? You know, last week we talked about with Caroline Smith, you know,
Yes.
with codependence, is that you have to put the mask, oxygen mask on yourself first. You know, when the plane goes down and the oxygen mask comes out, they say put it on yourself first, then put it on your loved one next to you.
Right.
You ever hear that?
Yes, because I follow you all the time on Facebook. All the
Okay.
time. I listen to everything you say.
Well, we got to help you first because yeah, your daughter's dying from this disease.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The addiction is winning. It's been 30 years. Like you said, she
And,
had a year 15, 20 years ago.
and Hep C and
Yep.
that heart disease, endocarditis, I think it's called.
Yep.
MRSA all the time.
Yep.
It's crazy, Ken.
Yep.
It's crazy.
But while that's happening to her, you're so worried about it that it's killing you.
Yes, that's what the doctor said.
The
I
doctor
said
even told you that?
5 doctors.
5 doctors told you that.
Yep. They
Okay.
said your daughter is killing you, really killing you. You're dying. They said you're going to die.
Yeah. So, what do you think about putting a plan together to help save your life first? And hopefully, she'll still be okay while you're taking care of yourself.
I
And
just want, right, I just want to live because if I tell you what my body weight is and everyone out there, they wouldn't believe it.
Mhm.
Do you want to know what it is?
I'd love to, yeah.
55.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Every time I'm in the hospital, I was in 3 times already within a month. And they say my body's shutting down. They have to catheterize me just to get some urine out. It's shutting down.
Oh my God.
55 pounds. My neighbor looked at me one time and said, I look like a Holocaust survivor.
So, what is your doctor doing for you to help you with this right now?
They said, just go home and get hospice. I said, what, are you kidding me? Are you joking? I said, you just let me go home? That's it?
God.
Because they can't do no more testing or open me up because of my weight.
So, those of you that are watching and you're seeing what's happening here live, you know, this is the results of the addiction. It doesn't only affect the addict that's out there using, it affects the families. And if you don't do something, you're going to be like Natalie, where you just continue to get worse. And it's breaking my heart to see you this way because you're so worried about her while you're dying.
And people that know me from Facebook, okay, knew me not like this. Not like this. It's scary, Ken. It's scary. It really is. It
So
really is.
we got to do something to take care of you, and we're going to give you some programs that are available. What part of the country are you in?
I'm upstate New York, but I'm moving to New York City.
Okay. Because we got to figure out a plan for you first, because you got to take care of you. You know.
I actually pray to God sometimes. I say, just take me in my sleep. I'm tired of suffering. I really am.
Mhm.
It's a emotional, physical, mentally. I'm suffering. Like the doctors told me, I'm not living. I'm existing. Bear with me. I'm very upset because I'm worried about me now. Me.
Yeah.
Besides worrying about my own kid, but me.
Yeah.
I'm too young for this. I was a strong woman up until till this happened with the heart attack, with this and everything like that.
Now, are you able to eat, or why are you losing so much weight so quickly?
They saw in the hospital. They even fed me through the here.
Uh-huh.
with the food,
Yep.
3,000 calories, in between snacks. In the hospital, they have a Dunkin' Donuts, also a Subway. We could, sandwiches and all the insured drinks, and I lost 5 pounds in 4 days.
Oh my God.
I went down to 49 pounds.
Whoa.
It's not where I'm short either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wear bundles of clothing. If I'm outside, I get pneumonia very easily. I have no immune system.
Uh-huh.
Like I said before, my body is shutting down. They always have to catheterize, which hurts a lot. Okay. And they don't know what to do anymore. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I thought tonight we were going to put a plan together to help your daughter, but I think you're more important right now. I think we got to figure out how to help you. So, have you ever been to Al-Anon or Alateen or any of those programs?
Oh, yeah, the group meetings you're talking about?
Codependency or any of those?
Yeah, the meetings where you talk about other people that have the same family problems.
Yep.
I've been to them. Yes.
Okay. Well,
That's before my health got this way now.
because right now I don't know, you have to follow your doctor's recommendations, but I don't know if you're healthy enough to go out in public. But we're going to send you a link of where you could go to these meetings online and get you in touch with a good therapist that you could talk to, because you got to start learning how to love yourself first before your daughter. I know you love your daughter more than anything, and that's why this is killing you. But you
Right.
got to learn how to love you first. And if you could put yourself first, then just like putting the oxygen mask on, if you could love yourself first, then you could spread the love to your daughter. But right now, you're giving all her the love and you're draining yourself.
That's so true. That's so true. That's what I was told by the doctors. Same thing.
So I want to give you tools on how to love yourself. So we're going to give you a case manager with our company, and for no cost, just to help you out, where they're going to talk to you on a daily basis, and we're going to put a game plan together. On each day you're going to have a goal, and that goal is to see a therapist, if it's online or whatever the case is going to be. You're going to work with that case manager, and we're going to put things in place that will be baby steps to learn how to love yourself.
I appreciate everything. I really do. I really do.
Is that something you think you're willing to do?
I'm willing to do anything so I don't just die. Really.
Okay.
I want to be where I'm strong enough to say, okay, Nat, it's working. It's working. Instead of losing weight, I want to gain the weight.
Yes. You're going to have goals on, how many calories and pounds to gain, and goals on, working with the right nutritionist. We'll help you find a nutritionist or somebody to work with you that is going to help you build that up. And because that's got to be number one. You got to find a way to put some weight on. But probably why you lost weight, even though you were putting 3,000 calories in, probably why you lost weight is your mind is so worried about your daughter instead of worried about you.
Yes. So subconsciously, it's always.
And we got to shift that. So we're going to work with a therapist. Therapist will help you find one in your area that deals with eating disorders or codependence, and then also trauma, because I think this is a lot of trauma that has affected your life. The trauma of losing your daughter constantly, always in the back of your mind, and it's like you're always wondering, what day am I going to get that phone call from the morgue?
Right. I was diagnosed with PTSD, major depression, and anxiety. Big time. Big
Okay.
time. So I don't know. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even though my heart has been broken because of my daughter,
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate your offer in any way you can. Just get me back to being me again, to be strong enough, like God has given me the strength just to go on, to go on.
So
And
every day, Monday through Friday, somebody's going to be in contact with you. You're going to work with them on putting a game plan together. We call it a family contract. And your family contract is going to only deal with you right now because we got to get you healthy. That's first on top of the list is getting you healthy. We'll also be thinking of things on how to help your daughter, but for right now, we got to get you healthy. And
I
so
appreciate that. I really do.
Monday through Friday, you'll be talking to that person and putting a plan, making sure that you met the appointment with your nutritionist, with your therapist, going to your meetings that are going to be online. Because right now, I don't know if you're healthy enough, if your doctor doesn't, think you're healthy enough right now to go out, because we don't need you getting pneumonia out there. So
That's
maybe
what happens.
online
Yeah.
meetings, but getting you a sponsor in one of these programs so you could start learning how to work with a sponsor. Have you ever worked with a sponsor on one of those 12-step programs?
No.
No? Okay. So we'll get you start working the steps with a sponsor. And these are the things that we're going to be asking your daughter to do once we start focusing on her and getting her into recovery. And the good news is that, I'm going to try to feed into your codependency here. But the good news is when she gets into recovery, you'll be speaking the language already that she's going to learn how to speak, or reintroduce her because she used to speak it when she had a year sober 15, 20 years ago.
Right. Right. From your mouth to God's ears, please, please let it work. You're a
So,
saint. You are a saint.
what's that?
I say you're a saint. You really are.
You are. I mean, for you to do this and go on and publicly share the stresses that you're going through is devastating. And for you to do it is, like you said, that's powerful. You are a powerful woman, but we got to help you get back your power. We got to reclaim it physically first so you could take charge again mentally.
Because every day I'm just weakening out, weakening until I pray and I get some strength back. And it's back to that depression, back to not wanting to do anything, nothing.
Yep.
Because I don't have the strength. I don't.
So if you're out there watching this right now and you have some suggestions or you have some things that have worked for you that may be able to work for her, please let us know because, we're going to keep this going. And Natalie needs to, really get the support from her community and, forwarding this to people, giving Natalie some ideas on what will be successful. We're going to work with her and give her a case manager at no cost just because you did this for us. And, we'll help you with that. But, other people that are watching or forwarding this out and watching it later on, put it down in the comments area or text us at the number below and let's help her because this is the end result of what addiction does to people that love addicts. Natalie's a mother that has a daughter out there killing herself every day for 30 years, worried about her every day. And this is what it does to the family. This is the end result of what it does to the family. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
please don't be sorry, please. My heart aches for you.
Support from people in the comments.
I'm so sorry.
Please don't be sorry. We hear your pain.
It's such a scary feeling to hear a doctor say, there's nothing more we could do for you. And I want to live. I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
I want the best for my daughter, but right now I have to also think of me.
Yeah. And we're going to give updates and let people know that are following this and watching this on how you're doing. And we'll work with you on putting comments and letting people know that you're fighting this and you're not going to let it win. You're not going to let your daughter's addiction kill you too.
That's why I always said I'm not going to give in to her because she wants me dead. She wants me dead.
She doesn't want you dead. Her addiction wants you all dead. But
Well,
she doesn't
really,
want you dead.
that's
You're-
really.
But it's killing you faster than it's killing her.
Yes. Her words were a few months ago when she bumped into me was, Mommy, you're dying right in front of me. You're dying in front of me.
Mm-hmm. And it's still not enough to get her sober.
No.
No?
No. She just edged me more to get more aggravated. The screaming, the cursing, her making a fist to me, going at me when she knows I'm weak.
Yeah.
I'm weak. But
Yeah.
my mind is still strong, but my body is weak.
Yeah.
And there's so much I could do. I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know where to turn anymore.
Yep.
I was always out there trying to help other people. And this is what happened to me.
Yep. When you're not helping yourself first, this is the end result. And, I want to be gentle in the way that I communicate this with you, but your addiction is helping her and helping other people. That's your drug of choice.
Right.
And your drug of choice is killing you.
It finally took a toll. Yes, you're right. You're right. 200% right.
So that's your drug of choice, is you want to help your daughter and keep her safe, and you want to help the world. Like that, when we first started talking, you said you wanted to do this to help people. And I said, well, you can't help people. You got to help you.
That's right. That's what you just say, because I wanted to be on to help other people.
That's what you said. I want to get on and help. I want to tell them my story, and I want to be able to help people. But that's not your job today. Let's take that off your plate. You don't need anyone. You need to help you.
I know. And I didn't know where to turn. I really didn't know where to turn. I have to worry about me all the time and say, oh my God, just take me my sleep already. Just take me my sleep. Because I'm suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And that's without drugs. I never did a drug. So
maybe
a terrible suffering thing.
Maybe if your prayer could be, God, help you get through this, maybe that would be a better prayer. Help you get through this and fight this.
Well, like the doctor said, my plate is full, overflowing. But I just don't understand. I just don't. I really don't. Why this last heart attack took a toll on me like this.
It's because you're trying to control, and not control is the reason, but you're trying to help other people. You're trying to do everything else to make everybody else's life better when your life is put at risk. So you're trying to put everyone else's life to have the perfect life, and your life is at risk. So you got to focus on maybe this could be one of your tools for this week, and I'll talk to your case manager about it, that maybe this will be one of your tools. As you think of things that you would do for other people this week, you start doing those things for yourself.
That makes sense. It does. It does.
Because I'm sure your mind works all day long on how you could help other people. So
Yes,
once you think
that's
of
true.
that, I could do this to help so-and-so. I could do this to help that person. Take those actions, but take those actions for you, to help you.
I hear you loud and clear. I do. I do.
And change your prayer to not take you at night, not to God to take you at night in your sleep, but to God give you the strength physically to beat this, because you're going to be detoxing. Your drug of choice is to take care of other people. So when you're not doing that anymore, it's a complete detox. But you're going to be doing it. So this is where I want it to feed in for you. You're going to be doing it, but you're going to be doing it to be taking care of you.
Oh, okay. I understand. I understand
That
now.
makes sense?
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes.
So a lot of the trauma work that they do is they say, that little girl inside of you, that little girl that when you were young, how would you take care of that little girl that's suffering the way you are right now? What would you do for her?
What would I do for a little girl if that was suffering like that?
Yep. If you saw a little girl that was suffering the way you are, feeling the pain that you're feeling right now, what would you do for that little girl?
Make a lot of calls to get the proper help.
There you go. And that's what we need you to do to take care of that little girl within you, because she needs you right now.
Ken, all I know is I'm tired of being tired, sick of being sick, and always rush to the hospital all the time. And they don't know what to do anymore. They don't. They gave up. They gave up.
Because none of it's working, because your mind is your addiction is to take care of others, and you can't turn that off. But if you could turn that down, I don't think you'll be able to turn it off right away. You've been hardwired this way your whole life. You've been doing it for over 30 years for your daughter. So you're not going to be able to turn it off. So what if we could turn it down a little bit by you taking care of yourself?
I just hope it's not too late. Believe me, I just hope so.
It's not. You're going to fight through this, and you're going to your passion for helping others is updating people on how you're doing here. You could update people on this Facebook Live and let people know how you're doing. So hopefully your passion to get out there and help people by showing them how you're going to take care of that little girl within inside of you.
Yes, I will do everything you say, all the help. I appreciate everything. Really, I do. I do. I do. I didn't think, I know that we have a path to lead, and someone was going to lead me in the right path, and you just did. You did.
Well, congratulate yourself, because you're the one that reached out. So there is some hope that you still have deep down inside. You're the one that reached out to us and asked for this kind of help. So acknowledge the well-being that you've done for yourself, and take that and say, you know what? I did do that for this little girl. I reached out, and we got a lot of submissions. A lot of people wanted to be on this week, and you were picked for some reason. So your prayers were answered. This is the time that you take to start doing the things to love yourself, putting yourself first. Number one.
I don't know how to love myself. I really don't. It's been so long. Because I always look out to help, besides my daughter, others.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to have a hug
Mhm.
or a kiss or something that was really meant. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't have my parents, they're all in heaven. I took it bad when my mom passed away, and she's watching over me, that's for sure, because I took after her, a feisty woman, very feisty. But if she was alive and saw me this way, it would have killed her. It would
Mhm.
have killed her, Ken.
Yes. Yeah.
I was always a feisty woman. Anyone that knows me could tell you. Out there all the time or getting phone calls to help people on the phone
Yeah.
to let them vent or that if they had questions, what they should do.
Mhm.
I'm just wigging out.
Well,
Wigging out.
we have over 100 comments in this in the comment space here already. You know, and we've only been on less than, we've been on about 40 minutes now, and a lot that tells me that there's a lot of, a lot of support for you. A lot of support. So
Well, I want
you
to thank the people out there. I really do. I really do. Let them know that.
yeah. And what it tells me is that we need you. Picture it as there's a little girl. There's a little girl that needs you right now, and she's inside of you. She needs you to take care of her. What are you going to do to take care of that little girl?
Everything I could think of. Everything. Everything. Every ounce of whatever I have to
Perfect.
help. Because I know my family, I have no family really.
Mhm.
No family to turn to for any type of support, anything.
Well, you'll see right now there's a lot of support here online that people want to help support you. And when we get you involved with a therapist and we get you involved with um, these 12-step programs, you're going to have a lot of support. And I'm sure if people forward this to people, and we should even start a Facebook page for you, and people could start supporting you on that, because there's a lot of people that want to support you on teaching you how to love yourself, because you're not alone. This is the result of what addiction does to people.
Right, and I do feel alone. Always alone. Always.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always trying to help other people, because that gives me the pleasure that
No.
I'm not alone. You know what I mean?
And can
That
you
I'm
see how
alone.
that? Okay, so that gives you the pleasure. Can you see how that's your addiction? That helping other people, by you doing that, feeds you the dopamine that your daughter gets high on the heroin. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes.
That same feeling that she gets is the feeling you get when you help somebody. And you become addicted to that feeling of, I have to help somebody. And you've been hardwired that way. That's what you said. Your whole life you've had to do this. So to change that hardwiring to say, I don't have to take care of someone else. I need to take care of that little girl within me. I need to take care of her because she's in a lot of pain right now, emotionally and physically. And if I don't start taking care of her, you may not make it out of this.
I
You know,
know. I
like your
know.
doctor said, it's gonna kill you. So you really have to fight hard on saying, okay, I'm gonna fight hard against this, where I don't want to get the high from taking care of all of these people out here. I want to get the high. And it's almost, for somebody like you, it may seem like it's being selfish. It may feel like a selfish move. Like, I'm going to take care of me. There's too much out there of people else needing help. Like when we first talked, you know,
Right.
I want to help all those other people. Meanwhile, you're down to 55 pounds.
Yes.
I want to help everybody else on here. So that high that you would get from taking care of everybody else out here, let them help you and you take care of you.
It's hard to take advice, but because I was always a strong woman, always.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like I'm dependent on people when I was always independent.
Yes. Be dependent. Lean on us. I just got a text. I just read it. They said people that are watching right now want to start a Facebook page to support you.
God bless everybody. Please, God bless everybody. I just want to live. That's all I want to do is living, still help others, and of course, try to get the proper help for my kid.
We'll worry about her after you're taken care of. You are more important right now. There's nothing more important than taking care of you right now.
Again, I'm so sorry for crying, but I can't help it now. Now I'm losing my, just everything now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think there would be anyone to turn around and say, you know what? I could help you. I could help you. All I hear from doctors is we don't know what to do anymore. And these are top specialists, Ken.
Yep.
I've been through everything, the mill, pried open, pushed open, cut, nuclear testing, you name it. You don't even, oh my God, I couldn't take it anymore. Until finally they gave up. They gave up and just told me to go home. Go home. When I heard the word hospice, I said, no, no. Everybody does die. I'm not dying right now. God has a reason for me to be on this earth right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because I wanted to help other people.
So with that being said, I want to help you today. There's a lot of people that are watching this that want to help you right now. And we're going to ask them to share this with their friends that want to help you. And you need to just relax and go for the ride and let us help you.
Ken, one thing, Ken, I have 3 layers of clothing on. Look how small I am, okay?
Yeah.
3 layers.
Yes.
It's skeletal. That's what I am, skeletal. And I'm scared. I am scared.
And the reason why the doctors don't know what's wrong with you because they're not experts in this codependency. They don't know that your heart is trying to save the world instead of saving yourself. And you're worried every single night that you're going to get that call that your daughter's dead. Every single night. So you're sitting there on like the front rows of a war, waiting, saying, which day is it going to be that you get that call? So you're sitting there worried. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't think of anything else. So
I have one question, Ken. Did you ever hear of any addict to want to shoot themselves in their heart? I watched my daughter. That almost killed me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's terrible. Terrible.
That's why the doctors can't diagnose you is because there's no explanation. They can't put a finger on what the problem is because your heart is just broken and you're tortured.
Yeah, mentally drained out.
Physically drained, and you're physically killing you're mentally killing yourself physically. So the way your mind is processing things that you need to fix everybody else is killing you physically because you're not in control over it. For 30 years, you've been trying to control this and you're not in control over it and it's still winning. The addiction is still winning and taking over your daughter and you don't know how to control it. You just don't know. and you don't have the power, and you're exhausted. You're physically and mentally exhausted.
That's so true. Yes. So very true.
And that's why the doctors can't diagnose it. They don't know what it is because you're addicted. You're addicted to taking care of your daughter, and you're addicted to take care of others. And we got to get you to start learning how to like yourself, and then learn how to love yourself and put you first. If we could learn how to help you put you first, you will get strong enough physically. And then at that time, we could figure out and put a plan together on how to help your daughter. But we're not ready for that yet. We got to take care of you right now.
I really appreciate everything. Really, I do. I do. I really do. God bless you, Ken, really.
You are the miracle. You're the hero in tonight's story. You are the hero. I mean, for you to go through this and do this is just amazing. So what I want to do, we have about 10 minutes left. If there's any comments or anything, Eric, that people are talking about that.
Lots of people identifying with Nancy.
Natalie.
Lots of people sending their love and support. Lots of people saying they have the exact same situations going. So maybe if someone, if this is hitting a nerve with, I need to help myself and I need to help my kid, and I'm not doing well at either of them, they could reach out to you via email, Facebook, or call the 800 number.
So yeah, did you hear what Eric said?
Part of it, I did.
Okay, he said there's a lot of people saying they're going through the same exact thing that you're going through. So we want them to share this video with their friends. We need to spread the message and let people know that people that are like you, we got to create that Facebook page and just start supporting each other. Because if there's this many moms out there that love their kids more than they love themselves, that's not fair. That's not what life's about. Life is about you learning how to love yourself first, and then you can love your loved ones. And I know it so well because I also suffer from that part of the disease, that codependency, where I think I could manage and figure out and do everything else. And I always hated myself. I never liked myself. So to learn how to love myself was a long process. So once you learn how to love yourself, then you'll attract people to change their behavior like your daughter. And that's why we have to expedite this. And I'm glad people are commenting, because let's get them be a part of this Facebook page. I think we could create one tonight, and we'll have you an administrator on it. So we could create this Facebook page and invite people, and we'll put a link underneath this Facebook Live, so people that are watching this could know that they could go in there and they could really learn how to, support you and to support themselves. Because this is not about supporting our addicts anymore. We got to put them on the side burner over here, learn how to take care of you. And then once you're taken care of, then we could focus on them. Once you're strong enough, Natalie, to take care of you, then we could focus on your daughter.
Thank you so much. I really mean it. Thank you so much. Really. I can't even talk. I'm so I don't know what to say, but thank you, really. Really.
No,
I was supposed to be on here to help other people to hear my story, and now it's reversed.
Yes. See?
It's reversed. It's reversed now.
You did it out of your codependency, and look at it. Now it's the opposite. We're going to help you, and we're going to support you, and we're going to get you healthy.
From your mouth to God's ears, Ken.
Yes. It's going to take a lot of work for you. Just like when your daughter's ready and we're ready to help her, it's going to be a lot of work for her. But before we get there, it's got to be a lot of work for you. It's got to be a lot of work for you.
I'm in it 200%, believe me.
Okay, so we're gonna get you a case manager tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna have somebody call you, and I'll have her watch this first so she knows all the history on what we're gonna be working on. And we're gonna start this process of you starting to like yourself and learning how to love yourself. So with that being said, I think we're out of time here, but I just want to let everybody watching, and again, from the bottom of my heart, Natalie, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this, because so many families right now are sitting back with a loved one that's struggling, like your daughter is, and they're physically and mentally dying themselves. And they
didn't even hear my story about my daughter.
No, it's not about your daughter. It's about you tonight. We want to help you.
Right. Oh, my God.
There's millions of people out there. If there's 26 million addicts out there right now still using, there's a lot of people right now that are in the same shoes that you are, but you were strong enough, again, to help others, that this was what you thought it was going to be about, but turned around and really made it about helping you. So
yeah.
Thank you.
A complete opposite. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that, because of your strength, we're going to be able to help a lot more people and start this Facebook page of struggling moms. Maybe that's what we'll call it, struggling moms. And, and you guys will support Natalie on how to help Natalie learn how to love herself. And then you could be telling us weekly on what steps you're taking to love that little girl. If you just picture it as that little girl. Remember when you were a little girl? Remember back then?
Yes.
So that little girl is struggling right now, and she needs help. She needs help. She's in a lot of pain, and she's in a lot of misery right now. And we're going to help her. You're going to help her.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Really. Thank you so much. God bless you for everything you do. Really, everything.
Again, you're the hero, Natalie. You're the hero. Thank you. So with that, I just want to thank everyone that tuned in, anyone that's watching this, and that somebody, is out there suffering. Please have them watch this, forward it, share it, get it out there, have them watch this, because we want to put an end to everyone's suffering out there. We want to support you, support each other, because there are answers, there are solutions. You don't have to be in this pain. You don't have to go as low as Natalie is. I mean, from what I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I heard, your doctors have given up on you and saying, the only hope left is hospice. So yes. You don't have to go that low. If you see yourself deteriorating, you don't have to go as low as Natalie, because there's hope out there for you, and we're going to help pull her out of this. If we all help pull her out of this and she does what's necessary, she has a good chance at beating this. So working together as a team, that's what this is about. That's what this is about, is all of us going in grassroots and fighting this addiction together, because this is the results of this addiction. Natalie is the results of this addiction on how it affects people's lives. And it's not fair. It's not fair. Natalie didn't want a daughter that's an addict, and Natalie certainly didn't have this dream for herself. This isn't a dream you had for yourself, is it?
No, this is a nightmare right now.
Yes.
A nightmare. A nightmare.
And you're young enough to have your dreams become a reality. So
I just want to live life, enjoy life, and help others, still help others. You know what I mean?
Natalie, let's change that part. You want to help yourself to learn how to love yourself. And then if that helps others, great. But right now, I want you just to focus on you, honey. Okay?
God bless you. Thank you so much. I love you, Ken. I really do. For all the years I know you. I love you. I really do. I don't know you personally, but from trying.
My heart just
trying to help my daughter. What?
I said, my heart just aches watching you in this pain. So I love you dearly, and we're going to work with you to get you out of this, honey.
Thank you so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what word. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
But you're going to
Really.
thank me by doing the work to take care of yourself. How's that sound?
I just want to live, Ken. I want to live.
Yep.
I want to live. And I never did drugs in my life, and look what's happening to me.
Well, God bless you, and we're going to work with you, and we're not going to drop the ball here. We're going to support you in this, love. Okay?
Thank you so much, and thank you for everything you're doing for everybody with your intervention 9/11, with answering people's questions and everything. You're always there. You're always there. You've been there for me, but you're always there. I want the people to know that he's there for you, people. He really is. He means it.
Well, you're the rock star this week, so we're celebrating you this week. So on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, next week, we don't even have our topic yet, but I'll promote it sometime this week on what we're going to talk about next week. But I just want to figure out this week on how to help Natalie. So we'll be focusing on that. And again, if you have somebody that's struggling, please pass this on. Let's help them and help you. So thanks for watching, and until next week, have a great week.
Thank you, Ken. God bless you and everybody else on your team. Thank you so much.